Myself Amtul, lecturer in physics from Government Giraj College, Nizamabad. So we will discuss today the differences of magnetic substances. Okay, different magnetic substances. Okay, what are the different magnetic substances such as paramagnetic substance, diamagnetic, and ferromagnetic substances. So, what are paramagnetic substances, dia and ferromagnetic substances? We will see, and what the differences between these three magnetic substances. Okay, different magnetic substances. What are different? That is para, dia, and ferromagnetic substances. First, the see first we will see here. This magnetic material are classified into para, dia, and ferromagnetic substances depending on the properties shown by them when they are placed in external magnetic field. Means when they are placing in external magnetic field, so they are showing some different properties. Okay, depending on the different properties, these magnetic materials are classified as paramagnetic, diamagnetic, and ferromagnetic substances. So, if just we will discuss this types of magnetic substances. First, we will go for paramagnetic materials. What are paramagnetic materials? We will see first. Okay. So, the substance which placed in external magnetic field, okay, acquires feeble magnetism due to conduction in the direction of the applied field is known as paramagnetic substances. What are paramagnetic substances? Whenever the substances are placing in external magnetic field, they are containing, means they are acquiring feeble magnetism, okay, in the direction of the applied field only. So they are called paramagnetic materials. So the paramagnetic materials are attracting weakly by the magnet. Okay, they are attracted weakly. Their attraction is weak. So paramagnetic materials try to move from low field to high magnetic field direction. Okay, means they contain a very feeble magnetism, and which is due to the induction in the direction of the applied field. Okay, they are weakly attracted to the magnetic field, and they try to move from low field to high magnetic field. Okay, some paramagnetic materials are nothing but just examples of paramagnetic material are platinum, aluminum, magnesium, manganese, chromium, oxygen, etc. Okay, the properties of paramagnetic materials are, we will see these are the examples, just chromium, oxygen, magnesium. These are the some examples of platinum, aluminum. These are the examples of paramagnetic material. So what are these properties of paramagnetic materials? We will see. So when a bar of magnetic material is suspended freely in a magnetic field, it hangs parallel to the direction of the field, and magnetic lines of forces are concentrated to it. That means whenever a bar is suspended freely, so it is hanging or it is in the parallel direction to the field, okay, direction of the field, and that magnetic lines of forces are concentrating to it. Okay, therefore the permeability of this substance is greater than 1. Permeability is denoted with symbol mu. Mu r is greater than 1. So the value of magnetic susceptibility of paramagnetic material is very small but positive. Okay, these are This is the one property means paramagnetic materials, whenever it is suspending freely in the magnetic field, okay, so it hangs parallel to the direction of the field, and lines of forces are concentrating to it, and permeability is greater than 1. And it is see, the susceptibility, magnetic susceptibility is very small and positive. This is the first property of the paramagnetic substance. Now go for next. See, the when susceptibility suspended freely between the magnetic poles, the poles induced in the paramagnetic material at the ends are opposite to poles of the magnetic near to it. Okay, they are opposite to poles of the magnetic near to it. Okay, and the magnetic susceptibility of paramagnetic material is temperature dependent. Okay, this susceptibility is depends on temperature and varies inversely with temperature. It depends on temperature and varies inversely with temperature. They are inversely, that means they are inversely proportional to temperature. So and they follow Curie law. Okay, so and it is given as psi is proportional to 1 by T. Okay, means the susceptibility is inversely proportional to temperature. Or you can write psi T, psi into T is equal to constant. And next property is, if a paramagnetic material in the form of solution is taken in a U-tube and one limb, that is end of U-tube, is placed near a magnetic field, so the liquid level comes parallel to the field and the level rises. So liquid level will increases and they are in parallel to the field. Liquid level is in parallel to the field. And the last property is, when the magnetic field is not uniform, so paramagnetic material is attracted towards the strong part of the field. This is about paramagnetic materials. Now we will see the diamagnetic materials. What are diamagnetic materials? So the magnetic substance that acquire magnetism in the direction opposite to the applied field are known as diamagnetic material. So whereas in case of paramagnetic material, they are in the direction of the field, but in diamagnetic substances they are opposite to the direction of the field. So this material try to move from stronger magnetic field to weaker magnetic field. Examples of diamagnetic substances are copper, silver, gold, zinc, bismuth, water, mercury, etc. are some diamagnetic materials. So the following, so it is having some properties. What are that? The first property of the diamagnetic substances are, when the diamagnetic material is suspended in external magnetic field, its axis comes perpendicular to the applied field, and the number of magnetic lines of forces passing through a diamagnetic material is less, and the susceptibility of this material is small and negative. Hence the permeability value is less than 1, that is mu r is less than 1. So the relative permeability and magnetic susceptibility values are independent of temperature and strength of the field. Diamagnetic materials are repelled by magnets. Next property is diamagnetic materials, they are repelled by magnets. Now what is the third property? If one end of U tube containing diamagnetic solution is placed between the poles of the magnet, and when the field is switched on, okay, that means if you are placing one end of the U tube containing a solution, suppose solution is there in a U tube which is placed in the between the poles of the magnet, and when the field is switched on, when you are allowing the magnet to field to pass, so the liquid show a depression, or so that a pressure acts on the liquid level. Okay, so the liquid level rises again when the field is weakened by increasing the distance between the poles. Okay, that means liquid level will rises by whenever the field is weak. Why? When the distance between the pole is more. If you are increasing the distance between the poles, the field will be weak, so the liquid level will be rises. These are the some properties of diamagnetic material. Okay, now we will go for ferromagnetic materials. What are ferromagnetic materials? Ferromagnetic materials become magnets when placed in external magnetic field. Okay, these are the materials, they act as magnets when we are placing in external magnetic field. So they get strongly magnetized in the direction of applied field. Okay, they are strongly magnetized in the direction of the field and are attracted by the field, as well as they are attracted by the field. So the reason for this is that they have large number of dipoles aligned parallel to each other. Okay, what is the reason behind this? Means they are having number of dipoles which are aligned parallel to each other. So examples of ferromagnetic materials are iron, steel, nickel, cobalt, and their metal compounds are some of examples of ferromagnetic materials. Okay, so this ferromagnetism can be explained by magnetic domain theory. They are explained with the help of magnetic domain theory. So according to Weiss theory, atomic magnets of a ferromagnetic substance form into cluster. Okay, as we know, according to Weiss theory, atomic magnets of ferromagnetic substance form into clusters. Okay, this group of clusters, these groups or clusters or regions are called domains. These clusters are called nothing but, either you can say cluster, groups or regions are called domains. Okay, the atom in each domain are coupled by mutual cooperative interactions. Okay, the atom in these domains are coupled by mutual cooperative interactions, so that all the magnetic dipoles are aligned parallel within the domain. So each domain exhibit strong magnetic moment. Now, suppose in the absence of external magnetic field, the domain are randomly oriented. Okay, if suppose there is no external magnetic field, the domains are randomly orienting. So as a result, the net magnetic effect of the material is zero. magnetic so the domains are oriented slowly with the increase of magnetic field. Okay, the domains are orienting slowly with the increase of the magnetic field along the direction of the field. Once all the domains are oriented in the same direction, suppose if all the domains are orienting in the same direction, there will be large magnetization in the material. Okay, what happens? There will be a large magnetization in the material. So this state is called saturation magnetization. What is saturation magnetization means? As see the domains are orienting slowly with increase in the magnetic field along the direction of the field. If once all the domains are orienting in the same direction, then there will be a large magnetization in the material. So this state is called saturation magnetization. So see here, temperature is an important mark. So temperature plays important role on ferromagnetic materials, whereas in previous case they are independent of temperature, but here it depends on temperature, means temperature plays very important role in ferromagnetic materials. So the permeability of a ferromagnetic substances increase with increase in temperature. If temperature is increasing means permeability will increase. If it is decreasing means the temperature permeability will also decrease. So when the temperature increase beyond the Curie point, that is permeability mu decreases and ferromagnetic materials turns into paramagnetic. What happens? See, in ferromagnetic materials the role of temperature is very important. As the temperature is increasing, permeability is increasing, going on increasing. But if the temperature is increased beyond the 1 Curie point will be there. No, if the temperature is increasing beyond that Curie point, then what happens to permeability? Permeability is decreasing. After the Curie point, permeability is decreasing and ferromagnetic materials turns into paramagnetic materials, means they are converting into paramagnetic materials. So the mutual coupling or cooperative interaction between the atoms of a ferromagnetic disappears. Okay, this mutual coupling seems to be disappear. Okay, so when the temperature increases above Curie temperature, when it is disappearing, if the temperature is increasing above the Curie temperature. Okay, this shows that mu of a ferromagnetic magnet not only depends on the atoms in the substance but also on the mutual interaction of neighboring atom in the crystal lattice. So that here mu depends on, it depends that the mu, it depends on two atoms, that is mu of a ferromagnetic not only depends on the atoms in a substance but it also depends the mutual interaction of the neighboring atom in the crystal lattice. So this is about the this is about the diamagnetic, paramagnetic and ferromagnetic materials.